Hello and welcome back to another episode of Gimmickast, where our only gimmick is the fact that we can't fuse with demons, and he said can. No, fuck, I fucked up the intro. Fuck. You know what? We continue. My intro was going to be like, we can't fuse with demons, so we can go around killing other demons.
So we're making a Shin Megami Tensei reference.
Surprisingly, no.
Oh.
We'll get to it later when we get to the league.
I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah. This is the second week in a row we mentioned demons.
It seems to be the running theme in our show.
Yeah, demons. Next thing, turn in for next episode for when I don't know, we talk about satanic summonings.
Or just the guide to blood rituals, because that's an actual book. Don't look it up. It's an actual book. It's not a good book. Don't look it up.
Okay, alright, well, as per usual, we're just going to go through a bunch of YuGiOh news, and then a bunch of other stuff we want to talk about. So, are you ready to cover YuGiOh?
Yeah, just let's make it as quick as possible, because there isn't a whole lot to talk about.
Okay, so we're going to obviously skip over all the boring Dragma stuff. We need to talk about the new, not boss monster of, the new Raid Raptor theme Phantom Knight support set from Phantom Age.
Yes.
Raid is Knight.
Very powerful card, I'm just gonna say. Can we just... that's... I don't know how I feel about the card. I'm not gonna lie.
What I like about it is just, it makes it easier for, like, if you just have the bit, if you're a rank 4, like, deck that has, like, to be honest, this just removes the need to run rank up. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
So,
it does, but also it kind of has its own niche to it, because, like, as much as it can replace rank up, like, there's still useful rank ups that you will want to play. So, kind of just like, here's this extra thing to make you go faster.
yeah, because this card just makes it easier for rank 4 decks to make Break Sword. What? Dante's light, so you can't make Dante off of this one, unfortunately.
No.
But this also means you can just go into the rank 5s as well. Because, yeah, well, the thing is, it does lock you into Raid Raptors and Phantom Knights. Or XYZ Dragons, which might as well be the entire Rebellion line. Because this is going to be how you want to get the Arc V card out.
Yes, absolutely.
But I'm looking forward to covering this card because of this card alone, I am currently planning out the Halloween special for this year, which is going to be Phantom Knights. So don't worry, I'm still going to do Ghost Tricks, but just for gimmicky tech, I was going to do Phantom Knights for Halloween.
Yes, absolutely.
Because I think Phantom Knights could be interesting.
I mean, Phantom Knights have been a pretty splashable engine as it is, and they're a good engine. They're not just shite.
Yes.
Yeah. Like some other archetypes from Arc V.
So, yes, I'm here. Don't worry. I was just going, yes. Anyway, we need to talk about this new card. Following in the footsteps of Vespinet the Spinbreaker, we got a rank 12 Light Machine XYZ monster. It's pretty generic.
I'm gonna reference the same joke I made to you earlier today.
Okay, I can't remember.
It's just an infinite track. It's just.
Oh, this is what you were talking about. Shit.
It is. It is. It has the same battle effect. It ranks up from any XYZ. Then has an extra effect on top of the XYZ gain, the material gain. It is legitimately just an infinite track.
Yeah. Oh, well, John sent me something. Oh, okay. That. You know what? That's not even kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie. It's not even kind of funny. Anyway, yeah, but we haven't even said what the name is, which is Negalogia AA Zeus. Which is a weird as fuck name. Do we think this is a one-off card?
I mean, probably not. Like, here's the thing, like, every summoning mechanic up until recently has had god-themed archetype. You look at the synchros and the rituals, right? And they have their own god-themed cards.
You're gonna have to jog my memory about this one.
I think they can't. I think they're gonna come around and make more of these, maybe.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, one, it's Zeus, a Greek god. We had the Nordics in the Synchro era.
Oh yeah, the Nordics.
We had the Creator and Destructor in the Rituals.
Oh yeah.
Pendulums had their own god, which
Yeah.
were just completely new and not based off anything else.
What did Fusion have?
Fusion had Fusion had the Sacred Beasts.
Oh, I guess so. Yeah, because they made Untitled Chaos Phantom. Yeah. Okay then.
So I can see them making more cards like this.
Yeah.
Rather than making like this. Listen, they're better off being generic because, as we saw with Nordics, like that was kind of why those god cards never made it meta, because they were locked into the Nordic archetype, which was not fun to play, or good for that matter.
Anyway, moving on, we got more Merface support. Why?
Because they can.
I hate Merface aren't that good. I don't know why people are so like, oh yeah, Merface hype. I'm like, just play Ojamas if you want to play a rank 2 beast deck. Like, for the love of God. I honestly think
Ojamas is actually decently good.
that's what my argument think. I think Ojama has a better wing condition than Merface. But everyone's hyped for Merface, and I don't know why, but anyway, to sum up this one is detach a card, and then Merface monsters can attack directly. Ooh, exciting. And then during your opponent's turn, which means this is a quick effect, you can target one beast XYZ you control, return the XYZ monster to its owner's extra deck. Okay, so that means you could just steal their card if you want, but you can just. I think this implies you can steal their XYZ card, bounce it back to their deck, and then just get 3 monsters off of it, which is weird.
I assume that's like a main phase 2 play, so.
Yeah, but it says during your opponent's turn.
Or they steal it during their turn.
So, like, you enemy control of their card during their turn, and then you just go, haha, mine now.
And then you get rid of it.
Yeah.
It's a roundabout way of removal. That's what it is.
Yeah, but the thing is, it then knows a special summon level 2 or lower beast monsters from your graveyard up to the number of XYZ materials that monster had. And it doesn't say it can't target itself.
Huh. Does that mean you could theoretically main XC's emergency XYZ and then...
Oh, don't bring up... Oh, don't you dare bring up Wonder XYZ.
That's the one I'm talking about.
Please, no. I don't want to think of that card.
It's an old card, but like during the format where battle phase was actually relevant, it was quite a good card. Like we all remember desynchro shenanigans. Like battle phase manipulation of monsters is pretty good.
News. Gilkey's asking me questions. I don't like it. He's like, what did you call it? I'm like, podcast. About what? News. Anyway,
You sure spat YuGiOh at him, then he would have joined.
Oh yeah, you're right. YuGiOh news. News and other shit.
So for those who don't know what's happening here, we invited a friend to the podcast. Didn't end up coming because he was playing Valorant. And now he's asking questions.
Yeah. Why I deal with... Why I deal Gilkey... Yes, it would. Feel free. Feel free to do it. He's asking if it would be a prick move if he just joined randomly, and I was like, yes, it would. Feel free to do it. It would be funny. So anyway, let's
Yes,
talk about
give
the
us
second
some
coming
background.
of Infernities.
I've been looking at these cards. They're pretty good.
Oh god, do we want to see Infernity Barrier back on the ban list? I think yes. No, I'm joking. I want to see what this does first.
Yeah, I want to see what this does, but I don't think it's going to do anything degenerate.
Hmm.
Why is he asking me?
No,
Why is he asking
because
me?
he said for real or not, and I said for real, so he probably thinks I'm pulling his leg. Anyway, I have not read any of these Infernity cards. All I know is that these Infernity cards are really good.
Yes, one of the main deck ones special summons itself by discarding an Infinity card.
Oh wow, that is
That's all you
good,
really
because
need.
that's just helping out with
That
hand
is-
advantage, and there's Gilkey.
Hello.
Yes, hello. Welcome to the podcast. We do have a
Hello.
guest today.
Yay! We failed to secure the furry, so we got the degenerate instead.
I'm not that bad.
Oh,
Kinda.
you're gonna have to send me like an AV that you want later, so I can put it in the picture. You know what? It's fine. Anyway, we're talking about Infernity's Gilkey.
Great. I have no experience in them, but I shall try my best.
I have heard stories about old Infernities where people used to cheat and set their Infernity monsters as like spell traps.
What?
Oh yes, because the reason they did this was because the whole gimmick of Infinities was you're meant to have no hand, and then they go absolutely insane. So what people would do is they would set their Infinity monsters as spells and traps to cheat, because your opponent can't physically look at your face down cards until the end of a game, so they could get away with it.
Or unless they
But-
specifically have cards that let you look at set cards.
Yes.
So it became kind of a meme where you would like just kind of main deck or even side MSTs, and then you would MST their back row. If they scoop, that means they were cheating,
Yes.
and it's the
o-
funniest
the
shit.
other thing is, this is why judges walk around tables, because they want to see if people are actually playing properly.
Yeah, but I like to think that this sort of like experience is what inspired Konami to make like monsters like artifacts.
Yeah, because here's the thing, like, before that, there's only Crystal Beast.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Infinities came out in GX, 5D, so not too long. And then we had, like in the XYZ eras, we had Artifacts, we had, what was that equip-based deck where they would, Dragoonity.
Dragoonie
like-
Synchro.
There was yes, but it came out in Zexal era.
Fuck
But it had
me.
the whole, like, spell trap equip thing. So,
So
I would, well, that's kind of mixed up.
yeah. Is there anything else we want to mention about Infinity cards? Because this looks pretty good, but at the same time, not particularly interested in Infinities myself.
I hope that if this deck is going to be good, I hope they just preemptively hit Fire Soldier. Oh no, Fire Storm Guard, whatever. One
that card.
returns 5 pyros from the graveyard into the.
Yeah, but these are fiends.
But volcanics.
No, I'm thinking of a different card. But it was a card that we could recycle and then loop some of the Infinity abilities.
Oh, okay then. Fair enough.
You know, I just want preemptive hits on some of those cards.
Okay.
That's about it.
But volcanics.
Oh no, not the. That's the second week in a row we mentioned volcanics as well. Fuck. Jesus Christ! I swear to God.
You want me to start writing a gimmicky tech video about it?
No, we're
Yes.
not. No. I refuse to talk
No,
about
we-
volcanics.
We must appease Pain 69. Was it Pain 69 or 96? I forgot his username.
96.
Close enough.
No, we're not. I made a joke
must
about
respect them.
volcanics. It doesn't mean I'm doing volcanics. Shut up. I don't want to see any like theory videos like, oh shit, here's some hints that Zane is going to be doing volcanics at some point. No, shut the fuck up. We're not doing volcanics.
Me with the best Easter egg.
If you want a burn deck, we'll talk about it later because we're going to talk about it in Xenozard.
Oh yes, okay.
Okay, because even at the pleasure of fighting that deck, he doesn't know what the win condition is yet.
No, because I won the first game and then we got disconnected and we just decided to
Yeah.
postpone.
Yes.
little match.
So anyway, let's talk about the card that will definitely get a secret rare, short print. Warning Point.
Oh god.
Normal trap, okay? So remember, it's searchable by trap trick. When a monster is summoned face up, or monsters, for the rest of this turn, those face up monsters cannot attack, their effects are negated, and they cannot be used as material for fusion, synchro, XYZ, or link summons.
Yes.
It's effectively dimensional barrier, but not as universally useful, I think. In this case, you're just hitting a bunch of monsters and denying them the ability to... It's a really good card that just flip on a choke point in a combo deck.
Agreed.
I see this just being abused in Subterras, honestly.
Oh my god, don't get me started. Do you know what's a thing I found out at locals?
What's up?
What?
Subterra Guru Zexal Control.
Oh,
Oh,
Jesus.
Because Numa and Vol enable Subterras to make Zexal.
Don't tell Daniel Bloomfield. That's all I'm
He'll
gonna
figure
say.
it out himself. I fucking hate it. He actually won the whole entire week's tournament.
Really?
It went undefeated. It 2-0'd every round.
Dude.
It even beat 6 Sams and their infinite summons into infinite negate board.
No, please give us a ban.
Please just ban Zexal, for the love of God, I hate it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think
Yeah,
Warning
I mean-
Point is just a really good card in general. It's a very good choke point card because we're entering a meta where it's less about stuns and more about combo decks. And a lot of combo decks always have choke points. So you just find the choke point in a combo, you flip this, done. That deck can't continue any further than that.
Yeah, it's also like in today's meta, like combo decks are feeling the pressure, even though they're still pretty prevalent. Like just a little bit, and maybe we'll go back to some more like balanced like deck strategies. Like, because here's the thing, like most like what is it, 95% of the decks in the meta right now hold up combo decks. The only one that isn't a combo deck is I think it's Elderlich, which
Eldritch is,
Yeah,
it's a
that-
stun deck, but there's so many variations of Eldritch which can do combos.
yeah, but like the base archetype is not a combo deck,
Yeah,
which allows it to play through shite like this.
exactly. Until it gets Mystic Mind.
Mystic Mind is a problem in itself. Why is Mystic Mind still here?
But-
it doesn't sell
but
anything
Ethan-
anymore.
But Ethan, Mystic Mind enables Naturia.
No.
Exactly.
So
that's
we
not a
have to
good
keep
thing.
it. Okay, we'll move on. I don't want to acknowledge this anymore. Structure deck, Ice Bear, the Frozen Prison.
Yeet.
Yee. Fucking. All I want to say here is, it's all your guys' fault. It's all your guys' fault.
Wasn't
We're
my
getting this.
fault. I didn't
It's
get the
all
ball.
your faults. Every single one, last of you. Especially you, Gilkey.
What did I do?
You voted for it, didn't you?
I couldn't. I
Oh,
tried
you're right.
to.
It's all your fault, Japan. Damn you, Japan.
What? Come on, I wouldn't mind.
Do we want to make predictions again? Because I think by the fact they say Frozen Prison, we might be going for a stun focus this time, not a synchro focus.
I mean, we could still do a synchro focus, but like they can have the main deck be a stun deck and then it slowly crawls into the synchros and just makes things worse.
Yeah. Gilkey, predictions.
Field spell.
Field spells? Good, okay, good.
Yeah.
Moving on.
I did my
It's the
job.
best prediction.
Okay, alright. Let's have some fun. We got the full English names and all the imports for Rise of the Duelist.
Ooh.
Ooh. Oh, I like the sound of this. I'm gonna just look through here and just talk about mainly the Dark Lord ones, because the Dark Lord ones pissed me off a little bit. First thing first, they're not called they all have like a title, and then it's Dark Lord. It's not Dark Lord name. It's title Dark Lord. The only exception is one of them, and we'll get to it. So the shitty level 4s that people are actually hyped to play with, and I'm fucking going, what? The first one's called Caparius Darklord, and the second one is called Indulged Darklord. Those names are horrible.
At least they are horrible, but at least they keep to the mantra.
Okay, so they kept the new level 8 Darklord as Darklord Nogao. So, no, fair game, that's a good one. Fucking, this one pissed me off. The fusion is called the First Darklord.
Why?
Here's the thing. He's just an upgraded version of Darklord Morningstar. So...
Okay, I kind of get that. But... like, that's still a really bad name.
And then going in here and finding the trap. The trap is called... Once I fucking see it, Jesus Christ. I can't find it in here. It's buried in the imports. What dragon? It's called Darklord Vising, Upvising, which I kind of like because its OCG name was Darklord Rebellion, not Rebellion, or something else. It was the Rebellious Darklord. So I thought, yeah, that fits. I guess the only other problem I have is Dragma was changed to Dogmatica, and I don't like that.
I mean, it could have been worse.
Okay.
Mathemax
were fine. Second of all, the fusion is not bastard, so fuck them.
Finally.
Murphy is Melfi. And the boss monster is called Mummy. Melfi Mummy. And I just...
Mommy.
I summon Mummy!
I summon my mom.
I summon Mummy.
No, it reminds me of the YuGiOh TS. I summon your mom. That's right, but you don't have to search anymore. Your dad.
Fucking this is no. Anyway, and we got all the imports. So just picking all the good ones out. First, Oddeyes Revolution Dragon's finally over here.
Yep.
Yay.
We got 2 DD imports. We got DD Arc and DD Evo. Oh, and we also got DD Dog.
None of which are actually playable in DDs. So.
Okay, we got Super Heavy Samurai Scarecrow.
Which is amazing.
Yes, it is.
Okay, we have Before Apparel, Oddeyes, Metal Claw.
Irrelevant.
Yeah. I mean, we finally got that card. Like, it was an anime card that came out in Japan ages ago. I don't even know why they decided to port it over here. Like, it's too late.
It does nothing.
We got 2 Speedroid imports, and I know Cartobo is a really good card for Speedroid, so that's really good. We got Wine the Wind Channeler, which is the Wind Searcher. We got
the money card.
We got Salagaria the Luminous Lunar Dragon, which is the card I recommended for Monarchs.
Yes. Long time ago.
Yeah. First, there's also the DD Crow Starlight upgrade for the set, which I still find weird that they're doing that.
I mean, let's be fair, the hand trap is still relevant, so...
Yeah, but why in main sets? I find it weird.
I mean, here's the thing. They want to make sure that the rarity rules will go for it, so... There's no other way to describe them. That word will always be at the end of rarity.
Also, before I forget, we've got Raid Raptor Arsenal Falcon and Raid Raptor Revolution Falcon Air Raid being imported as well.
Air Raid, finally. The Revolution Falcon alt art, finally. That thing looks awesome.
Yeah. Cool. So one thing I just want to bring up is, sneak peeks are happening this week, I think. I know my sneak peek is next week. No, it's tomorrow. And I'm not sure if I want to go yet or not. Like, it's like $30 entry, you get 5 packs, and I'm like, I could, but I don't really want to commit to it.
Yeah, sneak peeks is still happening because stores can still do sneak peeks, unlike other things like regionals and stuff. Because here's the thing: stores have been okayed in most places, so why not?
Yeah.
Let's do a sneak peek.
Yeah, like, I don't know if you guys are chasing anything in there. I'm really just after the Dark Lord stuff, which is going to be like, I'm not in a big rush for them, because the cards I'm looking for is legitimately just the Fusion, which is super probably. I'm looking for the Fusion Trap, which is a one-off. Both of them are one-offs to me. And then the set I'm not really in the rush for is Dark Lord Nigao for side deck. And that's about it. So I don't know if you guys want anything from this set, so I can go there and try to pull them for you. So I don't know.
I don't think so, because most of the stuff I want is coming up in the next set over. So
Yeah, I'm really more interested in the Phantom Mage stuff at this point. Which actually kind of built up because we got a new card reveal that I want to talk about. But you can say what you want first, Ethan.
I wasn't gonna say anything else.
Okay. So we got... I'm not saying this. Skyfame Brigade new style. It's a quick play for Phantom Mage. I do love how it says in the article, for all your series reboots needs. But this card is really cool. So first things first, you can't declare attacks the turn you activate this card, except for monsters that are Skyfame Brigade. So you can tribute one monster, special summon from your hand or deck, one Skyfame Brigade monster whose level is one level higher or lower than that monster. And I talked to our resident furry Jamie about this, and we built a new deck based around this. I'll just take a photo of it for you guys so you can look at it. But I do have his notes that I want to go through first. So, because I thought this would be interesting, I put them in dot points and we can just discuss them. First things first, it's a really good dodge card. That's something that Jamie pointed out to me. It's a really good card for dodging shit. Like, because just think, they target your beat, they want to remove your beat, you just go boom, remove it. They can't target that anymore. They wasted a card, and you just got a new card out, and its special summon effect probably went off from that.
That's pretty good.
Yes. So the second point is, it helps with OTKs, because remember, it's a quick play. There's nothing stopping you from just going, okay, I nearly have game. Tribute one of your monsters, summon another monster from your deck, attack for game.
That's true.
Here's another thing. It does enable an archetypal cowboy in the form of their level 5, which is the Maverick. Because do you guys remember what its special summon condition is?
I remember it was something that really held it back, if I remember correctly.
Well, the first thing it was just level 5. But on special summon, it burns for 500 damage for every Skyfame Brigade monster you control of a different name. So you can just go, shit, I can't do attacks anymore. I'll just summon this from my deck, and boom, burn for game. So you just go tribute your level 4 into that. Or you can tribute your level 5 to go into Diner. Or you can go, oh shit, I need a spell negate right now. Tribute your field into a Sage. And then you have your spell trap negates. So that's what I like about it. It has that sort of aspect to it.
That's actually really cool.
Yes. And then one other thing that I kind of came up with, because I've fucking been obsessed with this card ever since it's been released. And I've just been thinking about it. You can side in Layer of Darkness.
That's true.
So you can just go, yo, your monster, gonna tribute it, and then special summon your own monster. It's effectively a Stormforth.
It is. It absolutely is. Huh. That's cool.
So, you just like, I put the deck list I currently made with Jamie in here. I wanna say it's Vogue. It also has a Necrovalley side deck in there. I might make a video based around this deck list at some point, because I do want to revisit the deck, especially with this support out. But I think with this, Furhire's... Fucking said it.
Yeah.
Skyfame Brigade I think Skyfang Brigade can be good.
Can I just say, we got him, boys.
Fuck you guys, you made me say it. Bunch
Bunch.
of furries. All of you, you're all furries.
We didn't say anything, and you said it yourself.
And you know what? Alright, there. I talked about the Skyfang thing. Do we want to talk about Neuron? Because
Briefly, I got the app, so I'll...
I tried downloading it, but it wasn't available on the Google Play Store for me.
It was.
Well, not for me.
It was for us. Okay, so we'll just run through. It's a very good tool, and the best thing about it, everything you can do for free. That's all I really want to say. And yes, you can make deck lists, which means you can, like, I think they can preemptively do deck listing, like, through the app, rather than, say, getting a piece of paper. Which is going to save, one, stores a lot of time reading through, like, deck lists. Secondly, it's got dice roller, coin flipper, all that stuff, like, and then it's got life point counters, and it's got rulings. Like, what is there not to love about this free app that you can download, and there's no microtransactions whatsoever?
Well, I was like, it's an official thing from Konami, so they might update the rules to say you can officially use this app instead of using pen and paper at official tournaments.
Yeah, they were trying it out in the OCG when they were developing the app.
Yeah.
And that was the case. So that's probably what's going to happen.
Well, I was...
Really,
oh, yeah, you
really
first.
good because everyone knows what the app is. Everyone can get it for free. Like, everyone has a phone now. And it's also relatively small. So, it's good.
And
Yeah.
the most important thing it has background music.
Oh, yes, you can change the background music.
Anyway, what I like about this is mainly the card-based feature. Because, think, when a card got evaded, you would have to get the evaded version of that card just so you can go, look, yeah. With this, you kind of just removes that need to go find evaded cards. Because you just can bring this up on your phone, scan the card, and it'll bring up the updated text for you. Which I thought was just really nice. It saves people money and time having to go find all these other cards.
Updated cards, yeah.
Yeah, so that's really good.
Yeah, and it also saves Konami some time because they don't have to reprint cards with the updated text anymore. Like, they'll probably do it later down the line, but they don't have to do it as quickly as possible. Whereas in the past, they've had to release like a card that was printed ages ago in a new set. When they could have used that space for maybe an OCG import or something else, for example. Like, saves them time as well. So everyone's happy.
Yeah. Well, is there anything else we want to quickly bring up on YuGiOh? Because I've got one more thing I want to bring up.
Yeah, I'll say my piece because I want to talk about Draytons because I have been testing.
I was also going to talk about Draytons. You go first then.
Yes. So, testing it out, I overhyped it. I'm not gonna lie. It is a very fun deck, and it does have some nice recovery. It has some nice plays to it. But the problem is that even though it can summon any ritual monster in the game, you're still going to be playing the original ritual spell in the deck, because if you can't get access to the in-archetype ritual spell, it's kind of a hassle. And even then, recovering your ritual spell, can also be a hassle because it may make it impossible to summon the ritual you want to summon, because it does minus the 1,000 attack point, which means you would have to play the attack gain card, which you honestly don't really want to play anyway. So it's kind of this mess of like, it has some great concepts, but like it's limited by some of the restraints that its own archetype give it. So not as good as I thought it would be.
Just wanting to talk about what I did. I've been trying to make my own version of Drayton deck. Me and Eve have both versions of Drayton deck, But Ethan's version feels more like he's trying to utilize Draytons to enable other rituals as well. Because I know you liked playing that new Netherfist connector card in your deck to get a free 3k out of that.
Yes. Well, I mean, here's the thing. It's so useful, and here's the thing. You can either use the connector to go into link plays, or you can use the level 7's ability to pop off connector to destroy something. So, like, it does have some nice utility, and that's why I like to play it. But also, like, what I talked about earlier, you're kind of stuck into, you have to play the other ritual spell. So it's their ritual spell to make it consistent enough, so it's like, kind of a pain.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
What I've been trying to do with Draytons is going in on the whole idea of it being an OTK deck. So my versions focus on summoning the big boss monster as fast as possible, and this kind of led me to discovering another tech card you could run as your draw power card if you don't be running something like Pro Extravagance.
Oh, yes.
I mentioned this because I remember getting this because I went splits on a box yesterday of Rising Rampage, and I bought a bunch of these. It's Hypernova Burst.
Yeah.
So, it's legit just banish 2 cards face down from your hand or face up from your field. Monsters that can't be normal summoned, which is the whole side Drayton archetype effectively, and just draw 2 cards. So I just went, this is legitimately a penny stock card. I have like a bunch of copies in my folder right now. Just there to like, for Drayton hype.
Yes. And also the thing is that spell card works on rituals because they cannot be normal summoned or set as well.
Yeah.
So it's not just the Draytons, the rituals also count towards that card. And the best thing about Draytons, you can summon them from graveyard, you can ritual summon the monsters in the graveyard. There's no negative here.
Another thing that I tried doing with Draytons is I want to try and make a variation that can summon out Dystopia the Despondent.
I like your thinking.
I want to do it at some point. I'll make it work.
Eventually.
I'll get there. I'll get there. But yeah, that's all I wanted to bring up for Draytons. I mean, YuGiOh.
Yes.
Okay, let's talk about League. So, Gilkey has more to say, because...
I've played for the game for a while, mate.
Yeah, we're both... Me and Gilkey play a game back in the game. Even he is waiting to get his new PC to get into the game. Again, properly.
I might not.
You might not. Ooh.
Depends on what happens, because, like, here's the thing, I already, like, when I get my new PC, like, I have so much backlog, a log of stuff I wanted to do with it.
Yeah, I don't blame you if you just want to do that. That's what I was like when I got my PC.
Yeah, it depends on what actually happens. Like,
yeah.
Because, like, I have so much plans and I have so much stuff I just wanted to do, which I can't do with my laptop.
So anyway, so for this part, for the first half of this, I want us to all reference the current champion roadmap. So this is the champion roadmap June 2020. I made sure I put the link in our little chat there, so you can all look at it. Good. First thing I want to mention here is Riot's focused on within one season or 1 year, they want to try and release at least 6 new champions, one for each position, with the exception for mid lane where they kind of want to try to release 2 champions for mid.
Fair enough.
I kind of don't like this sort of approach because I feel like this could encourage them to make characters faster, and that could lead to more sloppy releases and not very interesting characters. So I would prefer if they tried to aim for like 4 or 5 over than at least 6. I think 4 or 5 max a year is a good one. Because they're also turning down doing reworks as well. They're taking their time with doing reworks, which I like that as well, but at the same time, I kind of want them to take their time making new characters. Because, remember, within this event, we currently have the Spirit Blossom event. We got 1 new champion. Next patch, we could legitimately getting another new champion. And we'll get to it later, but they've already been, like, teasing the next champion after that. Yeah, but anyway, we'll skip past Dreams of a New Jungler because that's just Lilia. Let's talk about the new one. So
Yeah.
we all know who this is now. Do we want to talk about Yon's kit? Because
Not really, because there isn't anything like too like hype worthy in his kit. Like his kit's pretty good. Don't get me wrong. It's just not like
it's perfectly balanced. That's what I think it is.
yeah, totally agree with you. I mean, here's the thing that I do want to mention though is that his whole aesthetic is meant to be like a monster hunter, right?
A witch in a way, yes. He hunts demons, or also known as Azakana.
Yes, but I just want to say this of character design because he doesn't come off as a monster hunter as such. He comes off more as a monk, which factors into his lore, but like his design after his whole monk phase or whatever could have been a little bit more gritty.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't really like the design. So if I was going to pick up Yon, I would be picking him up with his launch skin, just because the launch skin makes him look more appealing. And someone's vacuuming.
Was that vacuuming?
It sounds like vacuuming. Anyway, continue.
Yes. So that's just all a nitpick I wanted to make because, like, let's be fair, more monk and robe and like shinobi clothes, this character designs kind of overused in League. So when I said he was going to be a monster hunter, I was like, ooh, can we have something a little bit more gritty because we don't have like the closest thing we get to that gritty style I'm talking about is like Misfortune as a pirate, but she doesn't fit that bill.
I mean, Pike is pretty gritty. I mean, he's a drowned man that goes around murdering people now.
That's less gritty and more horror themed.
Good point.
Like, so, like,
Jin, he's a mass murderer.
Again, back to horror thing.
What?
Like,
mass murdering is scary?
Of course it's scary. Have
Oh.
you ever been in a genocide?
Oh my god, this reminds me. I tried to explain League to my gran, and I was like, Jin is a mass murderer with a gun. And she's like, oh, so he's an assassin. I'm like, no, he's not an assassin. He's a mass murderer. And it's like, that's what assassins do. I'm like, sure, but he's not getting paid for it. He just shoots people. I'm like, yeah, that's what assassins do. I'm like,
No, they don't.
I just gave up. I tried explaining to her what like Xin Zhao was, and she couldn't understand the concept of Asian man with a spear. She was like, I was like, he was a creature. I'm like, no, he's just wearing armor. I'm like, yeah, he's wearing armor. He's being a creature. I'm like, what? And then I had to explain the idea of a map to her. Because I was like, here's the map. I was showing her the mini-map. And she's like, I don't understand what this is. I'm like, it's a map! Do you not know what a map is? I'm like, that's not any map like I seen. I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, I just like, okay, it's like a GPS then. And she's like, I don't know how a GPS works. I'm like, I love my nan. I really do. It's just, trying to explain shit to her is hard. You know, I have another thing I want to talk to. I was talking to my nan about this, because we watched this YouTuber called Defunctland. And she was like, poor Kevin, like, she was wondering, like, how much money, the guy makes. So I was like, okay. I was like, after some bullshit estimates, I went, he probably makes 21k a month. Right? And I'm like, that's a respectable number you can live off of. And my nan's like, that's not enough to live off of. I'm like, 21k a month! Not enough to live off of. I'm like, you're living on 1k a month. What the fuck?
Just is that good.
Her reasoning was, it was America.
Oh, that's a fair point. Yeah, that's a fair point.
I did some research later. Apparently, like, the only really expensive place to live in is, like, places like Manhattan, the Bay Area, and California. Everywhere else, it's really kind of more around our living conditions in Australia.
Yeah, but like buying food and stuff in America is a lot.
I would argue it's cheaper.
You can argue that, but the truth is, because like American to Australian, like, okay, so when you go into an American supermarket, right? You buy a $2 chocolate, right? The same chocolate here is priced the same as $2, right? So the American is losing out there.
Okay then. Well, fair point. But counterpoint, we need to move on with the podcast before you get derailed.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, we already are derailed, but...
Okay. Let's talk about the Tease champion.
yes, I haven't seen anything of this yet.
There has been no kit of it. All we know is that summer assets has been added into the PB cycle. So, it's a combo marksman, which is supposed to be kind of like a Daredevil theme. Like, you're supposed to go in, like, hard, like kind of like a Kali. But, yet again, it feels like it's trying to imply that you're supposed to take damage. It's not like a Kali where you can just stealth and work with a shadow, which resident Kali Master would tell us about. Isn't that right, Gilkey?
Yep.
There you go. Okay, good. I summed up perfectly. I feel like this one is more designed around the fact she's going to be building a shit ton of lifesteal, so she can go in, be the big focus of the fight while doing shit tons of damage, and then being able to get out with like minimal amounts of health. So I think she is like just a team fight machine that will most likely need either a healer to keep fighting on, or is like a one-shot go thing.
Run tactic.
Yeah, I think it's more hit and run tactic, but yet again, kind of designed around the focus you're supposed to be 1v5ing a lot.
Yeah, I think it's more of a... I can see it being like a... Sort of like a jungler character, but like as more of a distraction
Yeah.
to the enemy team than it is like working towards the goal. Like everyone else is working towards the goal, but they're just running around being annoying to the opposing team. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. And they also announced the fact that the Dr. Mundo rework is currently in progress, but they're taking the time with it, and it's released to be scheduled sometime next year, which I like, because I like the idea that they decide, we're going to take our times doing these reworks. We want to really figure out an interesting way to update these characters to fulfill on the originally promised game design. And they make sure they keep everyone updated via the blogs on these characters, so then the players can go, okay, well, we don't really like how it's going this way, or we really like it this way, and that kind of helps them influence where they want to go. Because we saw that what happened with Volibear, because they went, we kind of want to go this way with Volibear, but then people were like, no, we actually don't really like that. So I went, okay, we'll just scrap all that, and we'll go in this direction that you want us to go into. And that gave us a really interesting update on Volibear that Gilkey will attest to, I believe.
Alright, I came back.
Gilkey, do you like the Volibear rework? That's all you need to say.
No, I heard everything. I
Okay,
heard
good.
the Volibear rework.
You like the Volibear rework?
Yes, it's great, but I only have like one issue, but that's like a personal bias thing.
Yeah. So, yeah. I played a bit, and I liked it. Oh, yeah, you.
Yeah, I was going to say, I just want to personally mention this before we get further into the discussion, is that, like, it's especially great that they're taking their time now, especially since a lot of, like, because they are moving a lot of people around their studios with all the...
New projects, yeah.
All that. Yeah, so...
Like...
Because if they rushed it, like, they don't have as many people to, like, fix mistakes, so the fact that they're going slow is very nice.
I do like that.
Character releases.
So...
Because character releases have been one after the other.
Yeah, but 2 months ago, fuck me, this was 2 months ago, we got the first blog post about Mundo, so it's still in early development around this time. It's about them going, okay, what do we want to do with Mundo? What do we want to do? The thing I want to bring to is just the character designs they have, like the character concepts they have for the Mundo rework. So that's why I brought up the article so we can look at all these pictures. So what I like is that they're trying to keep Mundo as this big, hulky, monstrous, well, purple thing, I guess.
Yeah.
While trying to make him more of a kind of like they kind of want to make him scary, but at the same time not really. Like they want him to be like a goofy monster that you could be scared of, but later then comes like, oh look, it's just a funny little creature, isn't it?
Yes.
Which I do like.
Yeah, I like a lot of the like concept art they put down is like it's very horror themed, but it still looks pretty goofy.
Yeah, that's what I like because that's what Mundo is supposed to be. He's supposed to be this goofy, scary monster thing that takes a shit ton of pain for some reason. But yeah, I really encourage you if you're interested in just character design, just to go through this blog post because there's a lot of interesting concepts there for this character.
Absolutely. Like even if you're studying for games art design courses, check this out. It's like a really good like insider look for what they're doing for games design. So
Yeah. So with that, do we want to move to like anime that, or do we want to talk about more about other card games?
let's go anime just because like we still got a lot to talk about, whereas the other card game stuff is very minimal.
Okay then. I'm about to put down this article in the chat then. Goes. This is a recent article.
What the hell?
Ooh.
Yep. The thing is, I went through all these titles and I have not really heard of any of these. Like, yet again, if you're a fan of these works, this is really just proof that licenses are temporary. So if you're like a fan of these arts, I would always heavily recommend like subscription services are nice and everything, but when you can, just buy physical releases of things. Because that way you don't have to, like, if it's no longer your subscription service, you don't need to pirate it. You can just have this. And as Ethan has mentioned before, these sort of, like, subscription services do screw out anime companies in the long run.
Yeah, this is why a lot of people are pushing for piracy over these subscription services because they are not treating the original companies. And I see a few of them that I recognize, and I'm like, oh, I really like those shows. And I'm gonna.
Yeah.
You got rid of Super Sonico. How dare they?
How dare they? I think Ethan cut out again. Yeah, Ethan cut out again. Shiny, message him. Ethan,
Awesome.
you cut out. Rejoin. This happens like every podcast. I swear to God. It's fine. It's fine. We're used to it.
I think he should be, but okay.
He'll see eventually. Yeah, I think. Yeah, oh, there you go. Yeah. I think the only one I notice is shit. Yeah, Frame Arms Girl. I think I seen stuff about that. Oh, and Devil Survivor 2. I think I've seen that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Devil Survivor 2, Captain Earth, and
Where's Captain
what
Earth?
was the other one I recognized? Rail Wars. I don't really like Rail Wars, but it's fine to read.
I think I heard about Magic Estella. Oh, and I definitely know about Super Sonico because there's so much goddamn hentai of that.
Yep. Thought I would know.
Gilkey.
Yeah, me and Gilkey, yeah. Anyway.
Just a friend, you know.
Anyway, there's something that I believe Ethan wants to talk about from last week's podcast that he may want to bring up now because I've got the details already.
Last week's podcast?
Something about us being wrong, yeah.
Yes. So, I want to mention quickly. Also, we'll take a break after this because I've got stuff to do.
Okay.
So, last week we just talked about Shin Megami Tensei, and how it got how the ratings got rated. We were wrong about that. That happened in 2012. That happened. That did not happen recently. Just wanted to say that we got that information wrong. Like, it was not in response to Shin Megami Tensei 5 being released soon. wanted to mention that we were wrong, and sorry about that, I guess.
Yep, sorry about the misinformation. We misinformed you for a whole week.
We did.
Yep.
It was kind of sad.
Okay, well, you go do your things. Because for our next segment, I'll just explain to Gilkey about Xenozard, so...
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, alright.
I mean, I've explained some things to him, so he shouldn't be too far out.
Okay, cool. Alright. Yeah, we'll stop now. Okay, so due to circumstances, Ethan's gonna have to leave in 10 minutes, so we're gonna speed run Xenozard. Okay.
Yes.
First things
We
first.
talked about it 3 times in a row, I think.
Yes. First things first, I want to talk about Xenozard's Auto AI, because it fucking pisses me off at times. I swear to God.
Some of it really does piss me off.
I fucking...
Like,
it just...
At later levels, it's actually really alright.
I don't know, I found my AI getting more stupid with the more levels it gets.
It reflects the user.
That was a deep cut.
So, anyway.
That's the main point of the game. It reflects the user's playstyle.
Well, fuck
Your
you
AI
both!
stupid.
Anyway, the main thing I want to talk about is is a deck that I want to talk about. It's my new deck I'm playing. I moved from white to blue, and Gilkey probably doesn't know what blue does. Blue's main focus is control through magic cards. Okay, Ethan didn't really get to see the win condition of my deck, so I'm gonna tell Ethan my win condition. My win condition is Princess Verchain of Chains. You know what that card does?
Nope. I don't think I've seen it yet.
Okay, it's a level 8. On summon, it searches its own little spell card, and it makes it 0 cost. That card, it decreases the attack of a card, and makes sure that card can't attack life points directly. Okay.
Ooh.
The main effect of this monster is, while it's on field, if I activate spell cards with a mana cost of 4 or higher originally, I get to deal 1 damage to the opponent's life.
I see how this works. Yeah, because you play the magic reduction, like
yes.
force.
I play a burn deck. And this is actually tier 2. Because tier 1 blue is an OTK strategy.
Yes, I know that strategy, and I have faced it many times at gold rank.
Yeah, I'm in silver.
I'm in gold rank.
Because of this deck, I moved from bronze to silver in a single day.
That's me moving from silver to gold.
Unfortunately, there's a piece of shit pay-to-win fucking tree deck in the meta now, and I hate it.
It's not really pay to win, because
You can just buy the structure deck, and then you have it.
Yes, but like you can also build it pretty cheaply, so it's not really as much pay to win as it could
Yeah,
be.
it's fucking irritating. I hate the new meta with this card. But anyway.
I managed to get around with it playing red aggro, in particular the Dan deck.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, you play red aggro.
Red reduction, red aggro, yeah.
Yeah, but
The reduction cards are really powerful, and I don't know whether they should keep cost reduction as an effect.
yeah. Here's the thing. Do we think that Xenozard should eventually either invent a ban list, or should they just start nerfing cards? What do we think? How would we deal with it?
Okay. Since it's an online card game, I think nerfing is the better option, because you can still play those cards even if they get nerfed.
Yeah.
So, like, say, and here's the thing, sometimes you can just fix them very simply by, like, say, have a limit on how much time this effect activates. Or, for the case of my deck, remove red reduction on some of the cards, because red reduction is powerful.
I mean, white has it too, and it's pretty powerful there.
Yeah, no, all the Battle Spirits boss monsters have reduction of their color.
Yeah.
Which is insane. And then you also pair that up with one extra pack that has neutral cards that all count as all types. It's pretty insane.
Yeah, but Anyway, I just don't like how the meta is now full of trees, and I just really want tree deck to die.
I'm glad because in gold it hasn't reached gold. Like,
Oh, it's all in silver already. I fucking counted 15 today. I played about 22 matches, and 15 of them was tree.
I like
the
those
one,
all.
the one deck I play, I see a lot in gold. The two decks I see in gold a lot is yellow stun, what's the word? Stun bounce, and then blue evolution, which is annoying.
Oh, that's the other deck I've been seeing. I fucking hate that card. I have a good matchup against it, but still.
Like, when it gets to level 3, it's just annoying. Because, like, it's like, what? A 1,000 attack, 4 DP. And it's like, why? It really is an OTK deck, and it pisses me off. That's the basics of Xenozard. I don't even know how I got to gold with a red aggro deck at this point. Because, like, I see no red in the upper tiers, and I'm like, do I belong here?
No. Get out.
Probably not. I mean, I'm like I sit like mid gold now, like track record.
I'm mid silver.
I've only just hit 35, so.
So anyway, do you want to quickly bring up the Kamen Rider thing before you have to disappear?
Yes. New Kamen Rider show came out. And if you don't know what Kamen Rider is, it's Japanese tokusatsu. It airs weekly in Japan. It's called Kamen Rider Saber, and it's based off fairy tales. But also all the suits are based off knights. I don't know whether they're gonna... Because one of the characters' names, is like the rider name, is Caliber, so I don't know if they're going for Knights of the Round Table type thing, but with fairy tales. But I really, like, as Jamie said, he really likes the henshin, and so do I, because you place a book on the belt, pull out the sword from the belt, and the book opens. And it looks nice. I mean, it stands out, the driver, because it's very bulky, but that concept is just good.
Alright, well...
That's all I mean to say.
Okay, good. You can disappear now if you need to, because I know you have commitments.
Yes.
Bye, Ethan.
Bye. Yeah, bye, Ethan. Bye.
Don't steal my spot on this show.
He won't.
It's fine.
Warning you now, Gilkey.
I'm always here.
Yeah.
Never here.
Anyway. Oh yeah, first things first I should talk about with YuGiOh is... Because we normally record this on a Wednesday, but due to a prior commitment, we are now recording this on a Friday, just for this week. Gilkey, I heard that you are sometimes free on a Wednesday, and I want to know if you want to occasionally join us for this on those days you are free.
It depends on what day it is on Wednesday.
Really any time for us, really. Because I know you're free on some days of your Wednesday, so that's what I was asking, if you want to join us sometimes.
I'm definitely free on Friday.
Okay.
Wednesdays, you probably have to grab me in the afternoons.
Yeah, we usually record around afternoon anyway, so.
Yeah, but like, you have to immediately send me a Discord message, or I'll probably just take a nap or something.
Yeah, okay then. I'll ask you in advance.
Yeah, that'll be easy then.
Alright, good. Hey, I got one more gaming news I want to bring up, and I know you and me are big fans of this. New Yakuza game!
Ooh.
Yakuza Like a Dragon, and this is actually set in more modern times than the last Yakuza games, I think. So first things first, it doesn't have any of the old casts. This is all new.
That's fair.
Second of all, the combat looks amazing.
Really?
Yeah, have you not seen the trailer for it?
No, I haven't.
I will go find it. It's called Yakuza Like a Dragon. It also has a simultaneous PC release, which I like. Because this means the Yakuza games are moving away from just being PlayStation exclusive. And we're looking at simultaneous release. In fact, I saw an advertisement saying Yakuza, for the first time, is going to be on Xbox One.
Really?
Yeah, so I'm glad Sega is designed to make the series, because Yakuza has recently had an upsurgence in their games thanks to the newer titles just being really good, and then we have the remakes. So I'm glad that Konami, no, not Konami, Sega is like, well, we don't really need the exclusivity deal to make money off this anymore, because it's finally a big name. We can make this, we can make this a multi-console title and still make money off of it. So I'm happy we're getting there. You watching the podcast? No, not the podcast. The trailer.
Yeah, I'm watching the trailer right now.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah. So I'll just let you do that.
Oh, okay. Are you sure? I mean, we still got like what, a couple minutes into the podcast, don't we?
Oh, we got a lot more stuff to talk about.
Oh my god. How long is this gonna go for?
Last one nearly went for 2 hours. We'll be fine. Because I also just remembered we need to talk about Valorant after this. So
You want to play Valorant?
we'll play Valorant after this. Yes.
We could talk about Valorant as we play Valorant.
No.
It'll be like
No.
Inception.
No. Anyway, how far are you through the trailer? Because we're just waiting for you now.
I can just like speedrun, I guess.
Yeah.
Somehow.
What I do like is, because you're gonna see it probably. We finally got our first playable female protagonist.
Really?
Yes, there's a playable female, and she wears a business suit and a handbag.
Oh god.
And she like pulls tool out of her handbag. I think there's one where she starts whacking people with, I think, one of those things you use to get dead skin off of your ankles or your feet. And she starts like whacking people with it. I'm like, yes!
What the hell? 18 years later? Okay.
So yeah. I'm really hyped for this game. It probably won't run on my computer, so I'm gonna have to live off of people's playthroughs of it. But I'm hyped. I'm ready. It nearly made me want to start playing Yakuza 0 again. I was in the middle of playing it, and then I got burnt out because I was doing the cabaret minigame, and I just went, oh my god, if I have to look at a fucking other fucking girl again, I'm just gonna fucking throw myself through a window. Because I found out the awards for the cabaret minigames and the real estate minigames was the original fight styles for both those characters. I'm like, I can have nice clean Majima not only do breakdance, but act like as, well, Majima. I'm like, fuck yeah. I want more Majima. Majima. Fucking hell. I fucking love Majima. Go Majima. Anyway,
Here's our code. Okay, it doesn't show the female character in the trailer much, I think.
Oh, okay. It was in the Steam trailer.
I'm watching the announcement trailer.
Ah, okay. It's in the Steam trailer because you can pre-order it. You pre-order it now. But anyway, let's talk about Valorant.
Okay.
Killjoy's being revealed. I don't want to bother summing up her kit because the best way to sum it up is she is more aggressive Cypher, and I don't like it. Her kit is actually a Killjoy. It's just irritating.
What did she do? Because
She has a sentry.
a sentry.
She has a sentry. That's one of those things. So the sentry is pretty much Cypher's camera.
Hey.
Alright. She has the ability to put down, like, you know how like Cypher can throw down little things on the floor and then manually activate it to have smoke screens? She has that, except it's nanobots, and it does damage.
So like a poison gas. But it was
Sort of like that, yes. And then she has, like, she can put down drones. These drones act like raised bots, I believe. So they go to when it sees someone, it goes to them, chases them, explodes. I believe the explosion does a little bit of damage, reveals their location, and then for a short period of time, they take double damage.
What?
Yes, they take double damage.
It's kind of a little bit too much.
And then ultimate, she can charge it for how long the duration goes for. But when she puts it down, it activates an area effect. All the enemies currently in that area, they become detained. They can still shoot it out, so I think it just removes their ability to walk.
That's kind of a bit too much.
Yeah. So her main gimmick is the fact she's a German hacker girl. So I'm just thinking, thought! Fuck the Germans. No one likes the Germans. And I'm saying that as a German.
Okay. Wow, man.
Fuck me. It's just play Cypher. You want information game? You want to be irritating? Play Cypher. Don't be a Killjoy. Don't play Killjoy.
Let's get on Valorant. Let's
Well, we got some other things I want to talk about. Mainly because last week me and Ethan made up a segment where we said we'll talk about anime and manga. Since Ethan isn't here to do his contribution this week, I'll do mine. I'm in the middle of reading Chainsaw Man. I fully don't want to talk about it yet because I'm not fully caught up with it yet. I'm like 23 chapters in. Oh yeah, Gilkey, have you heard? Do you know what the mangaka's original work is?
The mangaka's?
Yeah, the guy who does Chainsaw Man. Do you know what his first work was before this?
I don't know.
It's Fire Punch. Should I quickly sum up Fire Punch for you again?
Go for it.
Okay, it's pretentious. Don't read it. No, legitimately, because it's post-apocalyptic. The main character is a guy with hyper regeneration, and he has a sister. I think sister gets kidnapped. He gets set on fire. The fire doesn't go out until that person dies. He can't die because he's effectively immortal, so he's forever naked and on fire.
That's kind of funny.
Okay, he ends up being revealed as a god. Because this is a frozen wasteland and he's constantly on fire.
What?
Okay, then he finds his sister. Sister kisses him on the lip. This is like the end here. I just skipped from the beginning. I summed up the middle. I'm going at the end because the end is fucking whack. So, sister shows up. Sister kisses him on lips.
And now she's on fire.
No. Our main protagonist, by the way, is called Agni, which is the Indian god of fire.
Okay.
Okay, he blows up.
What?
And then he comes out of his body. Not on fire. Sister suddenly turns into a tree.
Are you having a fever dream then?
No! 80 years later, the world isn't frozen over anymore because of this fucking tree. He gets given tablets to go kill himself. He kills himself, and then he ends up joining his sister on the top of the tree because for some reason the trees are all way in outer space, and his sister is just sleeping up there. And they're both naked for some reason. And they just go to sleep together in space, and that's where the series ends.
I like Chainsaw Man.
I like Chainsaw Man because it's not as pretentious.
Like, Jesus Christ. It sounds like the guy doing acid while I was streaming it.
So the main thing I don't like about Chainsaw Man currently is the Gun Devil. Because I feel like that kind of reeks of pretentious, but I can get over that. It's not like Fire Punch where it's just like, look at me, I am God, ha ha ha. I'm like, fuck off. Gun Devil kind of's like, there's some symbolism here, but you know, it's not really pretentious.
I mean, to be fair, the Gun Devil does make sense because
yeah, come on. What is more scarier than guns?
True.
Nukes.
Well, I mean,
Where's the nuke devil? Where's the nuke devil?
You know, because I feel like with nukes, they only be like extremely feared by a single country because what? Not a lot of countries were bombed by nukes. Mostly just the most notorious ones were just Japan and a couple other countries. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I just talk about how Denji's motivation is the big horny?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
He's just horny all the time. He's like, bruh, I want to feel boobs.
I want to touch some tits.
And that's his arc. He's like, yeah, I want to touch boobs. And now his new motivation is, I'm going to go kill Gun Devil so I can sex a woman.
Yeah.
I'm like, for fuck's sake. He went from,
can't
I'm
blame-
a poor kid who doesn't want better living conditions to, I'm the big horny. Whee!
Well, I mean, what? It's like you gotta understand him, you know, or you gotta be what's the word? Lenient with him, because he doesn't know much. He doesn't have like a lot of desires besides just living well.
I'm not
Something like
complaining, I'm just saying I find it extremely funny.
Yeah, that's fair.
He's just Issei, but now he has chainsaws instead of a boosting gauntlet. I can't wait to read more Chainsaw Man. I'm taking my time with it, so I'm reading a couple chapters, and then I'm processing that couple chapters, and then I'm moving on. But
Some of the... Oh, go on.
no, you go on, because I was about to end the conversation.
There has been some people have been making like anime music videos about Chainsaw Man, and they look amazing.
Ooh.
What? So you've seen the Katana fight, right? Katana Man.
No, I haven't seen Katana Man yet. Is 23 chapters in? Oh, is that the guy with the knives?
Yeah.
That's Katana Man? Okay then.
Well, I mean, well, that's not a big spoiler.
Okay then. Yeah, don't worry then. I'll get to
Okay.
it later. So the main thing I did was I catched up on My Hero Academia, so I want to talk about that.
Okay.
Okay. What do we think about the new My Hero Academia stuff? Also, I found out, because I sure used this as a segue, there's a Chainsaw Man cameo in My Hero
What?
Academia.
Oh yeah, I remember.
I was like,
it was
fuck, man.
amazing.
I was just like, wait a minute, really? I'm like, and I bring out the panel. I'm like, oh my god, that is that? It's just Chainsaw Man. I'm like, that's actually really cool.
I was so happy to see that because this is even My Hero Academia acknowledges Chainsaw Man.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, because
so
Chainsaw
amazing.
Man is a Shonen Jump title.
Hmm.
So, but
it's
anyway,
so good.
I mean, reading it, I don't know. I feel a little bit more different about the whole thing where Deku can, like, apparently have new quirks now. That feels a bit weird. Like, first things first, why didn't All Might reach that level?
That's a good point.
Exactly.
But I don't know.
And second of all, the whole twist, and this is going to spoil territory, so if you don't like it, just end it here, because I'm probably not going to end up, because we're ending the podcast after this discussion.
Okay.
Is the whole twist about the fact that the guy who originally had All for One, he was using a copy of All for One this entire time, and he gave the original quirk to whatever his name,
Shigaraki.
Handman, yeah, Shigaraki.
Shigaraki.
Yeah. So this kind of implies that you can make copies of other quirks now, including probably one of the most overpowered quirks in the world, which is All for One.
What do you mean? It's Purple Grave.
So I just didn't like that. That was weird. And then this definitely doesn't feel like it should be the final battle, but it is. Like, what's gonna happen here? Shigaraki dies or something? I don't know. But if Shigaraki gets defeated in this arc, which it feels like it's setting up to be, what's gonna move on from there? What's gonna happen? Because unless Deku suddenly just gets all his powers during this fight against Shigaraki, this series is not ending here. It can't.
You can, yeah.
But yet again, the original All for One is still alive, and he apparently still has his copy quirk. So I don't know what's gonna happen there. And I think there's some hints about Darby's origins, and I think they might set up Darby as the next big thing if they don't kill him off during this arc.
Wait, Zane?
Yes.
You know why Dobby's the worst villain?
Why?
Spell Dobby's name backwards.
Okay, let me type this out because I'm not good at this. I-D.
You got it.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Shut up! Fuck you! You're making me feel stupid. But
He's the worst villain.
I do like how I feel like they're trying to imply that Darby was created within the same program that made Hawks.
Hmm.
So this, I kind of like it if after this arc, Darby kind of takes over the villain, the whole entire League of Villains. So if they do that, I'll be very happy if they do that. And then that way they can sort of like, that way it can kind of turn into, let's shine a light on like how shady the government is, because we learn Hawks is part of the, or at least the Hero Association program is, which I would be definitely interested in finding out more about, because I do kind of like how with Hawks they're kind of hinting at like, you know, there's some things going on there, and then if they'd reveal like Darby was part of the same program as Hawks, that could definitely be an interesting segue into a topic like that. I also want to see the return of Gentle Criminal. I want to see what they do with him. I really liked him. Second time going, I'm like, he's actually really cool. And he was like, this is what happens to heroes that end up dropping out of programs. I'm like, okay, does he have a chance at redemption? I want to see him redeem himself.
That is so cool, man.
Yeah, I just really want to... Gentle Criminal is so cool. But anyway, I had some questions that I wanted to go with Ethan, but I guess we're not doing that anymore.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But it will be between me and you. So first things first, our favourite character that isn't from the academy. So none of the... It can't be Class A, can't be Class B, can't be the teachers.
Again, it will be Gentle or Twice.
Twice is so good, especially after that arc where he gets over his trauma. My favourite that isn't Gentle would be Skeptic. The guy who looks like he belongs from the Gorillas. No, he is the Gorillas reference, because his company is called Feel Good Inc.
Huh.
It's just, I need to find the name of that member he's referencing. Give me a bit. I need to look at Gorillas real quick. But I just really like his design, and in fact it implies like, yeah, he hasn't really failed once. And then he gets really pissy about that. Let me... Here we go. He kind of reminds me of 2D. No, he's like Murdoch, but Murdoch got longer hair. Murdoch is the bass guitarist.
Fair.
Okay, good. Because, do you want to know the names of all the characters in Gorillas?
All I remember is Noodle.
Noodle's the female lead, yeah. The main singer is called 2D.
Yep.
Drummer is Russell.
Yeah.
And then...
Yeah, I know the characters. But yeah.
Yeah, anyway. Alright, second one.
Favorite villain?
Favorite villains? Well, in that case, it has to go to Twice. Twice's arc is so good. What about this? Favorite hero?
Favorite hero?
We can't pick students.
Yeah, I got you. None of the heroes really stand out besides...
I kind of liked Night Eye, I'm not gonna lie.
That's fair.
Because Night Eye was like, yeah, I'm a serious Japanese businessman, but also I like humor, and I'm actually super buff. I'm like, yeah.
I guess, even though it sounds typical, I guess All Might, because, I don't know.
Oh my god, why did you have to pick All Might?
Well, I mean, it's got self-heroism, you know? Fashion. It's pretty cool.
I pick All Might's sidekick, and you pick All Might. This is very weird.
No, okay. I'm kind of thinking of, you know I'm Ken from Sunken Rock, right?
Yes, oh yes!
Yeah, that's why that's one of the reasons why I like, All
You
Might.
think he's like Sunken Rock? Mate, All Might wishes he could be Sunken Rock.
Yeah, that's fair enough. But, like...
God, I need to reread that series. I love it so much.
Oh yeah, I reread it recently as well, and I also read some of his other work, Origin.
Yeah, Origin's really good. I'm not enjoying Dr. Stone. Dr. Stone's weird. You have to read Trigun at some point, of course, because that's his first big breakout title. love Sunken Rock, and it needs an anime, but it won't happen.
It
Anyway.
sounded, yeah.
Anyway, you were gonna say something about Sunken Rock. You can say it now if you want.
No, I'm just saying, like, just some of the scenes in Sunken Rock are just amazing, and I have one of them as a background picture. It's so good. But yeah, that's all I really have to say about Sunken Rock.
Yeah, but
yeah.
what's the other thing I want to bring up? Okay, quirks. We have to pick a quirk that first quirk. We have to pick a quirk from class A. Then we have to pick a quirk from class B, and then we have to pick a hero quirk and then a villain quirk. And I want reasoning as well. So from class A, I kind of want fuck, I forgot her name.
Momo, Suyu.
No. No.
What's a quirk?
Fuck. It was being invisible.
The one guy I don't know.
Because it's implied that she's not really invisible. Why? It's been implied twice now that her quirk is not being invisible. Her quirk is the ability to redirect light.
Yes.
And that's what I like. It's not being invisible, it's the fact she can redirect light. And I thought that's really cool.
Okay. Her name is Toru Hagakure.
Yes. So, that's what I thought. I thought that was a really cool quirk. What would you pick?
Minetta's.
Of course. Oh yeah, that's really cool. Like, but think of the pains. Like, you try to wear a hat, and then now the hat's stuck to you.
No, but at the same time, it's also just its versatility.
Yeah.
Like,
I do like how they made it like, oh yeah, I can bounce off of these. Whee!
Like, if Minetta was more physically fit, like Bakugo or
and he wasn't a pervert.
That's irrelevant. I mean, like ability-wise, it does make a difference, but like, whether it's a pervert or not, doesn't really matter when he's using his quirk. You know?
Okay, alright, so from class B we have to pick one. Mine would be Revolution.
What?
It's the ability to spin your parts. Body parts, yeah.
I don't remember the class B quirks, so I'm gonna quickly look at it in a second.
I remember all of them.
Why?
Because I read that arc, and I now remember them.
Okay,
Don't you just want to be Red Riot, but cheaper? Do you want to be Real Steel? Just Red Riot, but I'm made of iron, not rock?
I'm looking at quirks right now. None of them look interesting.
I mean, the borrowed quirks is pretty good.
Yeah, but that sounds very situational. I mean, I don't know, cause like what, you can just go to like a person next to you and just tap them or something, like, hey, it's mine now.
Yeah. I mean, there's Poltergeist.
I see the ivy hair, maybe.
Oh, you want plant hair? Ew. Weird.
Yeah, but like, it's useful.
Look at me, I want plant hair. Weird.
Okay.
Okay.
Heroes.
Yes, heroes. We include teachers. In this case, I would probably want... Not 13, no, the other one. Shit, I'm thinking... I want Fat Gums!
That's fair.
I want the ability to just be able to absorb things.
That's very cool. I don't know if... Okay, technically this doesn't count, considering the fact Gento wasn't...
A hero. You want the ability to make things elastic.
Yes.
I'll give you that. I'll allow you to have that.
He can basically use Luffy, kinda.
He uses it on himself. Oh no.
Go no.
It's like he makes his armor elastic like Gum Pistol. Fucking hell.
Jet. Dude, I would find it amazing if like that just suddenly becomes what he does Gear 3 or Gear 2.
Yeah. Anyway, and then villains. Ah, God, that's a hard one. We can't cheap out and say all for one.
Twice.
You want twice as
Yeah.
quirk. You know what happened to twice, right?
Yes, but I want a friend.
Oh, for God's sake.
My best friend will be myself.
Here's the thing, you want to make a copy of yourself. I want Skeptic's quirk, where you can just turn machines into puppets.
Well, that is cool, but you can't have a friend, can you?
Oh, fuck you.
Don't think about it, because then, if I can make a clone of myself, I can play YuGiOh against myself, or Vanguard, or Xenozard, or D&D.
So anyway, we might as well end it here. Okay, I guess I should plug me and Ethan's shit. Because Gilkey, it doesn't have a channel.
I'll make one, and we'll have nothing.
Yes. Anyway, this week I am gonna not really do much, I think. I'll probably get a video out, that's about it.
You upload Valorant.
Yes, actually, I want to make a Valorant video.
Alright, get off. I'm playing Valorant right now.
But with John as well. John has been there. John. The only thing I like about my videos is because John's there. I'm like, John's funny. He can carry the video. I'm the straight guy to John's funny. That's what I like about the videos. If I try to be funny, it's not funny. I need like John to be the straight guy.
What? John has. So you got like what? The idiot and the straight guy.
Yeah.
So it's slapstick comedy.
Yes. Apart from that, Ethan, I don't know what's Ethan's plans. You can go visit his channel because he ended up not using SoundCloud. He's using his channel for his podcast where he talks about homebrew D&D content. Yep. And then, I guess another thing I can plug is that this Sunday or Saturday, if you're American, you invited me to Valorant already, have you? Yes, I know. I will be participating in a Blaze Blue Central Fiction team tournament.
Nice.
Yay! And I will try to, if anything interesting happens, or the whole thing's interesting, I'll make another stream highlights video out of it. Because I really like doing that thing. Because it feels like it's helped me train up my ability to be a better, storyteller in a way. Because you need to be able to cut out all the boring parts while still being able to keep a cohesive story and so it still weaves all the interesting parts together. I'm ranting. I'm going to end it now. You want to say anything before we go, Gilkey?
Y'all lovely folks have a nice day.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.